Hi, everybody. It's Friday, April 21st. You know what that means? It's time for another encounter story from either a subscriber or an emailer. And this is an interesting one. I want you all to leave a comment and tell me what you think because this was sent to me. I was conversing with this person named Jerry via email. And I guess this is quite a stirring in South Carolina. I think it was in 1997. And it was about two young boys, 12 and 16 years old, who had a Bigfoot experience, which they reported to the local paper. The thing about the story is these two young men, they in the beginning they had said it was a 23-year-old woman that relayed the story to them. I guess they were young kids and they didn't. I guess they wanted to believe being younger, maybe they weren't going to be taken seriously, so they kind of made up that it was a woman, right? But I found the article intriguing because South Carolina was in an uproar over this. So what I love about you guys is you always leave cool comments. So I'm going to present this. You tell me what you think, positive or negative. But I figure, you know what, you guys are smart. You guys like these stories, and I'd like you guys to think about this and give me your comments. I do thank each and every single one of you for subscribing to Bigfoot Michigan Rob. If this is your first time here, I got many of these stories, including I do 2 live shows per week. And of course, I'm with Tex on Texas Front Porch. We have 6 live shows for each and every single one of you. And don't forget that the Super Thanks is open if you care to donate. And here we go. Happy Friday. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Jackie Hutto, a 14-year-old boy in the small town of Nices, reports that he saw the creature outside his home at midday, July 15th. He was inside the house when he heard his family's dogs barking from inside a dog pen in the backyard. When Jackie went outside to quiet the dogs, he says he saw a large creature tugging at the wire walls of the dog pen. He reports that the animal was about 8 or 8.5 feet tall and covered in black fur, except for its face, chest, and knees, where brown skin was very visible. It barred large discolored teeth that were shaped like baby blocks, as he describes, and it also possessed prominent male genitalia. Additionally, in the contrast to the popular conception of Bigfoot being a big, powerful, muscular beast, this creature was described as being really fat or obese. When the creature looked at him, Jackie screamed and took off toward the house. Turning back to look as he ran, Jackie says the Bigfoot also fled from him, scurrying off into the woods. His brother David, 16, heard the screaming and came out of the house in time to glimpse the creature before it vanished into the forest. The Hutto brothers decided they needed to tell the world about what they had seen, but they didn't call the police or the Wildlife Commission. Instead, they went straight to the media. And this is where the tale begins to get tricky or a little naughty, as I explained earlier prior to telling the story, you guys. David Hutto called up the local newspaper, the Times and the Democrat, and faithfully reported all the details of Jackie's encounter, except for one. He said that Jackie Hutto was a 23-year-old woman. A brief article about the Bigfoot sighting appeared in the paper the following day, complete with quotes from Miss Hutto. Even though no reporter had spoken with her, the following excerpt comes from the end of the Times and the Democrat. The write-up read, "If the Bigfoot was someone in a costume, it fooled me," she said. She believed the Bigfoot ran too fast to be someone in a costume. I'm pretty sure he wanted to eat the dogs or something. I keep looking out the windows to make sure it's not there, she says. Now, she is actually the boy. I'm a disbeliever in a sense, and I still am, but I kinda am starting to have a change of heart. The Hutto brothers had a further change of heart soon thereafterwards, when they came forward with the truth about Jackie's age and his gender, being, of course, a boy. Apparently, they claimed the initial ruse was an abrupt attempt at an anonymity rather than deception. David also admitted that he too had seen the creature, which he had declined to mention previously. I haven't told nobody. I seen it because I was afraid they'd say I was crazy, he explains. By the time these aspects of the story were straightened out, the sighting had already become an area phenomenon. Local residents were consumed with Bigfoot mania, and the story quickly garnered attention across South Carolina and beyond. Many of the townspeople of Nices had a hard time believing the story and had a hard time believing their local newspapers, and so willingly it spread before having all the facts. I think it's a bunch of baloney, said one resident, who characterized the Times and Democrats' decision to run the story as really slack and not very truthful. My kids have not been out of the house all day long because they were scared when they saw this, says the resident. The resident also expressed concern for possible trigger-happy Bigfoot hunters traipsing throughout the community. You get a bunch of people out there shooting up everything. Other Nices residents are more inclined to take the Bigfoot sighting in the stride. Local merchant displayed an airbrushed Bigfoot welcome center sign outside his dog city paint and body shop. He says his hunting dogs will be venturing out on the trail for the creature. So these guys, now whether this is true or not, whether they've seen the Bigfoot or made it up, the purpose behind this story is this whole town of South Carolina here, they're all in an uproar now over this. People are scared to let their kids out. People are shooting up them in the forest. So this is really something going on here locally for them. We don't want to hurt him. We want to feed him. We had to try and eat. If this Bigfoot tried to eat dogs because it went to a restaurant, he would have gotten thrown out. I don't know what that has to do with the story. I'm just reading it as the email is sent in to me. Brenda Polk, a Bigfoot enthusiast in Concord, North Carolina, was also thrilled to hear of the Nices sighting. Polk, who says she saw Bigfoot near the South Carolina border in 1991, is sending out her support to Jackie Hutto and his decision to go public with this sighting, despite the fact that he made up that it was a woman. I'm trying to get a support group started for people in the Carolinas that have spotted Bigfoot and have a place for them to report their sighting without people telling them that they've lost their minds. People that have talked to me about it tell me it's a good thing. I even brought a computer to get on the internet. There's a lot of Bigfoot information on there, she describes. She also believes that Bigfoot possess no danger to humans. They won't attack us unless they are attacked. I don't think it's going to hurt anybody, and I do not think that the speculation of this creature attempting to eat dogs is even true. She goes on to say that the dogs must have been frightened, though, to run off and act like that. I've been studying now for the past year, and I haven't seen where any actual attacks of humans have happened, let alone dogs. Whether they believe the story or not, many South Carolinians are liking the Nices Bigfoot to the notorious lizard man that supposedly terrorized Palmetto State Park in the summer of 1988, described as a 7-foot humanoid reptile with scaly green skin and red eyes. The alleged creature endangered a booming cottage and industry of t-shirts and bumper stickers until the novelty wore off. Only time will tell if Jackie Hutto's Bigfoot might prove to be more than just another summertime trailer prank. I don't know. I think it was worth telling you guys, and the reason I even went on with this story, it's kind of sketchy, I think, myself. But here's the thing. The moral behind this story, which I want to bring out, is this. You yell, you scream Bigfoot. Some communities they might get paralyzed by this. There was people traipsing off in the woods, firing shots in the woods, hunting for Bigfoot. Whether the story is true, believable, I don't know, but it just goes to show you what one story can do to a community, whether it's hoax or whether it's factual. Because still to this day, there are people out there that are in a panic when they hear about these sightings with these cryptids. I thought it was worth telling you guys. Leave a comment. Was it real? Do you believe the kids? Did they make it up? Did they make up that it was a 23-year-old woman because as kids they didn't think they would be believed? I don't know. You let me know. I hope you liked it. Until next time, I'm Bigfoot Michigan Rob, and I'll talk to you on the downside.